The most precious gift that we have is effortless, coming and going. Yet, in pursuit of happiness, we make so much effort. Spiritual practice is really all about coming back to yourself, and appreciating the gifts that are already given to us. Baba used to say, desire even for a blade of grass causes ripples in the lake of tranquility of the mind. Yes, we have our aspirations. Desires are there. And why do we have desire for anything? Mind gives us a suggestion. This thing will bring me happiness. It's just an idea. A repetitive idea. This will make me happy. This will make me happy. This will give me meaning. Then the mind goes to that. And the whole idea is to bring the mind to the self, to that which is already here. So, in spiritual practices, every tradition really encourages us to come back to the self. I was talking to someone the other day, and I had suggested some very simple little practice. Let's start as soon as you wake up, just sit in your bed. Just sit in your bed. Take a few deep breaths and be present to yourself. So I asked him, have you been doing that? No, Babaji, no. See, what can Babaji do? Babaji can give you some pointers. First, we have to make a little effort to connect with the effortless. You have to make effort. What is that in us that doesn't want us to do that? We know it's good for me. But when the time comes to bring it in our life, we don't. We also know it's not hard. I can do it if I want to. So there is a part in me that wants to do it, has agreed to do it, thinks it's a great idea. But when it comes time to do it, part of us doesn't. What could be simpler than just that? As soon as you wake up, sit in your bed, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths. Then we form these ideas. I don't like doing this. I don't like any kind of discipline. I have never done this. So this is, if you look at it, it's actually the four nooses of the mind are already at work. Most of you already know what are those four nooses of the mind. Sam, Dam, Danda, Bhed. Denial of its importance, a better option, fear of something that needs immediate attention, and the fourth one, Bhed, separation. I'm different. I'm this. I'm this body type. I'm this zodiac sign. I'm this number. All this, we just put ourselves in a box and stop ourselves from doing the simplest thing. What is it? What is it in us that stops us from doing that we already know that doing it will bring some benefit to me? And it's a long problem, big problem. To deal with this, then the yogis have come up with so many other suggestions. We just finished Triratri here at Upasana. The 3 nights, sadhana of 3 nights, connecting with our Shakti, the energy that flows within us. Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. Mahakali, the Shakti within us that inspires us towards transformation. Gives us a feeling of sacredness. There is a presence of sacred within us. Even thinking like that there is a presence of sacred within me, gives a new direction to the mind. If the mind is always focused on missing something, lacking something, some big problem waiting for me, bigger things to deal with today. Before we go out to fight that battle, if we could just recollect ourselves, reclaim ourselves, acknowledge the presence of that Shakti within us, it equips us to deal with that. Taking those 3 deep breaths, or a few or more, enables us to deal with what awaits us in the day in a much more graceful way, meaningful way. We all have this problem that we know what we need to do, but we don't do it. When the time comes to do it, our mind takes us somewhere else. This has been in my mind. What I was going to share with you today is not looking out for something more, looking at what is it in me that does not want me to do the simplest thing. If I'm not able to do that, then what do I do? Where do I go? People pray for certain outcome. There are all other kind of things that help us. May that prayer be to the Shakti that resides within me. How beautiful it feels when first thing in the morning, we can just even think that this body is a temple. This body is a temple in which resides the sacred. That sacred is within me. And just holding that thought, taking a few deep breaths. Because of the habit of the mind, we keep flowing, we keep running, we keep going out constantly. And we know we need to do something, but we don't do it. So it's just like a dog chasing its tail. Mahakali, the Shakti within us, the transformative Shakti, does require little commitment. We call it sankalp. Making a promise to ourselves and keeping that promise. And when we keep that promise that we have made to ourselves, something begins to come alive within us. I'm not saying anything new. We all know it. We all have experienced it. We all have read many times the Four Nooses of the Mind, have seen, heard it, read it so many times. Baba used to say, your presence is the presence of God. If you are present to yourself, you will see God in everything. If you are not present, God could be standing right in front of you and you will not see. So today I would like to propose a very simple thing. Things that you know you want to do. And when the time comes, mind comes with a suggestion that I don't want to do it. Bow to that thought, bow to that suggestion of the mind. Instead of fighting it, just mentally bow to it. What does that mean? It's the shifting of that energy, because the thought has come. If you just follow it without acknowledging it, you have already lost the battle. when the thought suggestion of the mind has come in, acknowledge it. And in your mind, just say, I bow to you. But I'm going to do something different. It's something very, very simple, and try it. I'm not sure if I'm able to express that clearly, but hopefully you get it, what I'm pointing at. For this coming week, maybe for a week, some things that you have promised yourself and you are about to break it or you have been breaking it, it's time to revisit that. It's a moon has been just, it was a new moon and then moon is rising. It's time to pick it up again and start it. We have been silent for the last 3 days, and my mind is still very much in the silence. So I will go back there and listen to you today. Thank you for being here.